Alright, I was requested to make the Flash, so that's what I'm doing. So I start off with the chest and have it more armory instead of spandexy because I like the armor look instead. And I have these all in separate parts so they could all be designed better, but I do also connect them so they could be also lined up. So after I'm done making the downstairs, I move on to the symbol and I put that on his chest so you can know it's the Flash. After that, I move on to the thigh and I have it more of a separated armor so he'll be able to run around and breathe in his suit. And I add a more spandexy approach to the hip area. So moving on to the calf, I add a lot of armor all around it except for those little parts right there so he could breathe, and I add little breathing holes just in case. So I move right on to the shoe and I add all these armor pieces so he'll be able to run around better. So after it's done printing, I break away from its supports and I solder the pieces. You have to solder the pieces so it would not be all rigid, so it could be all smooth, because when you break away from the supports, it will be all rigid and that's not fun. Next up on the list is painting the Flash. So what you gotta do is you have to paint him red because that's what color he is. So I went with a more battered approach to Flash so he could look like he's been through a couple fights and ran across a couple areas. And I always kind of liked that look, so I just kind of stuck with it. So after the Flash is all done being put together, I move on to the head. Now this is the part that needs to be hand sculpted because the printer can't make it look like this. So I have to do it all by hand, and I take my time to make it look like it's actually a person and not just a big wad of clay. So after I'm satisfied with the head, I move on to painting it. Now, you gotta let the head dry so you're not working the face at all. So after that's all done, I move on to the helmet. I already put on the neck off camera, so you don't need to really worry about that. So after that, I move on to the helmet, and I add this yellow plastic as a lens so you could have goggles while he runs. I went with a helmet because I thought that would suit the armor. So after that's all done, I let it dry and I paint it. I add little wings, just a flash, and I drill a hole in the foot, and it's time to pose. And here's the Flash. I am very happy with how he turned out. I love the colors. I love the look. I'm very happy with how he turned out. If you guys like what you see, like and subscribe. It's a couple clicks for you, but it means a whole lot to me. If you got any requests for me to make, let me know, and I'll try to get to them. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.